One of the hardest pills to swallow is the fact that stories like Krishan and Tisa will always earn more money than you because people love toxic situations. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So like I said, I was going to give you guys a new series. Thank you guys for supporting Pretty Privilege series. This is our DSM, basically disorders of social media. Of course, I said that this is all in pop culture, all in entertainment, but the examples are real people. So TAS is this is going to be a volume 1 for DSM. TAS, excuse me. So TAS is basically toxic attention syndrome. So toxic attention syndrome is anyone or any situation that has to do with where the person involved is not an ideal situation. It's either it invokes strong emotions. It can invoke anger, disbelief, pity, it's like it can invoke all these things. And I feel like it's very important that there's so many examples. I had to basically do like the top 2, especially since it's trending right now, but there's so many situations, but definitely Krishan is that. And then I also have the tag of like DSM, even though the tag is for TikTok is one of the biggest platforms out there. Everything feeds in, like TikTok's like at the top, and like it feeds through Instagram tries to pretend it didn't get it from TikTok, but TikTok is sitting right here. All the trends, all the videos come to there, and then like they eventually make their way to Facebook, but I can definitely say TikTok is like one of the biggest ones out there. So, with Tisa, and then we'll go into Krishan, because I can talk about this for the rest of my life, and I still wouldn't even get this surface. So, with Chris, like with the Tisa situation with Legion, right? I didn't watch the 50-part episode because I am employed, but I do feel like, look, they're like, dang, she throwing shit. I'm just saying, like, I don't have time. But I do feel like the situation, like I said, like she's like making money. She's having people fly her out to like give her free tickets, which I love this for her, because one thing I love is when women get ahead, especially when a man has done them wrong. So I'm definitely in support of her, but you guys were interested because this situation is not an ideal situation. Like, no one wants to be treated like that and then lied about it later on. But like, I truly believe like there's like something like psychologically that makes us more apt to go towards drama filled. Like, you ever have it where like you're in a group setting and like, let's say your man treats you like a queen and you're just like, yeah. And everybody's like, oh my God, I can't stand men. Men are so annoying. Dating these days is crazy. So ghetto. There's pee in the water. All this stuff, And you come up and you're just like, well, my man made me breakfast this morning. Shut up, Bethany. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear all of that. Like, I truly feel like there's something in our mind that wants drama. Like, even how they make movies, like something as simple as I was watching a movie and it was just like the person saw their partner like talking to the opposite sex. It was like, they're cheating, and they ran away. How can you just didn't text them? How you just didn't call them? But the plot, like I call it, the plot's got a plot. You gotta have some level of drama. People love drama. There's talk shows that make billions. Like, the reality TV industry is a $1 billion company. It is a $1 billion industry, and no one can tell me different. They make a lot of money off it. And that's because you have to have a storyline. You have to have something that's going to make people interested. Something that's going to get people to want to keep watching. And if you're boring and you're happy, no one wants to hear all that. It's like with the Tisa, the phenomena of Tisa, they're like, oh my God, this girl in January, no one even know who her name is. Now her name's everywhere. She got paid $100,000 just from like views with the TikTok merit program. She got paid almost $100,000 after taxes. So she's doing very well for herself, and I'm very excited. But like, let's face it, like, we love toxic situations because we love drama. We love the will they or won't they. Oh my God, like, it's not like it. Also, like, there's different feelings too. Like, you feel like, okay, well, this person's doing really bad, so I'm not doing too bad myself. Like, so I don't know. I can say that like we like innately we're attracted to it, like we're attracted to it. It's something that's going to always grab our attention. Think about it. Like, I want you to think about the one girl who never leaves her man. And we're about to tie into this. And why that's so interesting. Perfect example, like Krishan. I keep calling them Blue Sean, I don't know, but like with the Krishan situation, she's worth, stay with me now. Krishan is worth $4 million. She has no degree. She has no LinkedIn profile. And she is worth $4 million and counting because of the fact that we love toxicity. So with toxic attention syndrome, mind you, I made all these ones up. With toxic attention syndrome, think about it. If her and Blueface baby, Jonathan, right? If her and Jonathan weren't toxic, if they didn't have consistent drama, the tattoo, the baby now, if they didn't have that, would you watch them? You wouldn't. And I truly feel like I feel like there's like 10% real feelings there, but it is a business and they know that it's very easy for people to get attracted to and want to push and want to watch mess. Like the fact that Baddies or Bad Girl Club is still making money is not a surprise to me. People love it. People love it. Like it's kind of like I mean, this goes for guy and girl, but like when somebody treats you incorrectly, this is when you get up from the table of suffering. You don't ask for another plate and be like, hey, you got dessert? Okay. You get up from this. Like even with Love is Blind with AD, the whole AD situation was just like, yeah, if a man has a red flag, I paint my nails red. That's not funny. It's toxic. But if you like that, and then on top of that too as well, is you got to go based off of what you're used to. So if you're used to toxicity, you're used to drama, you're used to will he or won't he, or will she or won't she reply back. If you're used to that, you're not going to I feel like you're not going to really you're not going to be enticed to change your lifestyle. And then on top of that, I'm just thinking about all the situations. Like, I still remember, like in my early 20s, I just remember, the one girl, everybody has that friend. This is not judgment, but, she's always on the internet. She's on Facebook. It's always Facebook. I guess that's where people read stuff. That's the only place where people read stuff at. I was on Facebook, and she was going back and forth with her baby daddy. And everybody's watching it, 100 post comments, probably a million eyes. And she was going back and forth. And then Valentine's Day come up, my love of my life. I couldn't breathe. I don't have the oxygen to breathe. And they'll go back to this person. I don't know about y'all, but to me, having a person who's toxic, having a person who it feels like a weight has been lifted. This goes for friends as well. It feels like a weight of responsibility, a sigh of relief has happened. It feels like a weight has been lifted. It feels like a weight has been lifted, okay? At the end of the day, I feel like a weight has been lifted because you're not supposed to be doing it. Things that are good for you are going to, besides vegetables, but things that are good for you are going to feel good. It's not going to be a hot and cold, a push, okay, well, this week it was bad, this week is going to be good. You're not supposed to be miserable. I've seen countless posts of that I went through some hard time. Love ain't supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to be hard, and love is supposed to counter it to make it easier. It is not where your love life is not supposed to be three cheats and a child later. We're just so in love. We're just so in love. 3 cheats and a child later. We're just still in love. We just can't live without each other. That's not love. That's struggle. That struggle, it's struggle. It's literally you're spraying Febreze over some poopy. My nieces might watch this. You're spraying some Febreze over some poopy. At the end of the day, you're not supposed to struggle. And it sucks because I've seen so many self brainwashing of people being if your love is easy, it's not worth it. If you think your man's not gonna cheat on you. It's just literally it's like they've been brainwashed by somebody and they've internalized it, and now they're spreading it to other people who look up to it. Such that's the hardest part to me is when people who are younger, a lot of Blue Seans, A couple names. A lot of Blue Sean's fans are very young, so it's like this is normal. This is normal for you to go back and forth, for you to have a kid for storyline, kid for relevance, kid for like unconditional love. Like they think this is. I'm smiling, but it's sad. Like they think this is normal. It's not. So where this ties into the DSM, aka the disorders of social media, aka the assist stress model, where this ties into it, I feel like, of course, you know, like if you want to go scientifical, of course, this is negatively reinforced. You want the operational definition, but it is negatively reinforced. Number one is a monetary value. A lot of people who are in such, like, especially reality shows, like they get paid. Like y'all over here saying like, oh my gosh, she's such a dummy, she's getting cheated on. I was like, but she's making $250,000, not a year, not a week, per episode. Some of these episodes go to 22. So this person's pretty much a millionaire, and they're being negatively reinforced. Okay, psychological term, negatively reinforced is basically even though this is something, even though this is not a positive attribute, someone is giving her reward for it, so they keep on doing it. You know, like it's kind of like when your kid is yelling and your kid is making a scene in public, as kids do. This is what they do. They're making a scene in public, and then you give them what they want. You're negatively reinforcing them, right? You're negatively reinforcing them to let them know that as long as they put on and carry on and let loose, they can get whatever they want. Vice versa. If someone sat there and told Blue Sean, Chris Sean, or whatever, if someone sat there and said, hey, if you keep doing this, we're not going to pay you anymore. Or vice versa with the Risa, I don't know, situation, like in that same aspect, even though like a lot of negative things happened to her, I feel like she didn't leave, or vice versa. The situation didn't end until she was truly ready to let it go. And this is not to like victim blame or anything, but I'm just saying like you gotta understand, like, but this is a perfect example. Like, look how she's monetized this story. Like this story is everywhere. Like Good Morning America is covering it. Like the news station is covering it. It's made national news. Like you're up there. Your TikTok story is up there with what's going on overseas. Like the news stories are like, they're like this. And of course, you know, people are just like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it is a big of a deal. I'm so glad it happened when I launched my series, DSM Volume 1. I don't know how many disorders I'm going to be able to come up with. I have like over 50 in my head, but I need really early examples. But look where you are. You're here. You're up here, which that to me, that's amazing. Like I'm excited for her, but I just want to show that you got like the psychoanalyzation of the fact that you guys love drama. Like even with stories, like even with stories like the one, was it random baby daddy from Georgia or something that was going popular on TikTok as well. With that story as well, that was another one that like she literally made shirts and with the printing press machine. I guess he had some type of printing machine, and he wanted to start a business, so she used it to like start her business, like other baby daddy or whatever, blah, blah. But like people tuned in. They love drama. Like I think it's similar, like if you really want to go scientifical, I feel like it's a dopamine hit. I feel like something about the fact that you see drama. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like when I read a book and there's like a happy ending, I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I don't mind my personal life being a happy ending, but when I read a book, I'm just like, where's the drama? Where is this? And then like, even with your Facebook friends as well, because people only write on Facebook, like even with your Facebook friends, you've been under the post where it's just like, you know what, I can't stand you. And you're just like, well, dang, who she can't stand? Let's go take a look. Let's go, let's go research. Let's see who she can't stand. Let's do it. Let's do a closer look. Let's see who else she can't stand. Like you do it, and you find yourself knee deep in Facebook, like rabbit hole. But I don't know. I really can say that like it's got to be a dopamine hit, because like as each part for 50 parts for y'all to maintain it, like eye contact and like, you know, stop what you're doing to get 50 parts of a story out. Definitely for sure to me, that screams very dopamine hit. It screams dopamine hit. It screams like we need to recognize that TAS is true. But like my final thoughts on TAS is that make sure that it's okay if you recognize it. That's the main thing. Like with most disorders, the first thing they tell you in therapy is recognition. Do you feel like you have TAS? Are you purposely placing yourselves into situations, choosing certain men, choosing certain women, choosing certain jobs that are purposely toxic so you can have all the attention you want? So don't forget to subscribe, share. It's clear.